Welcome to our first annual Christmas crossover event. The first thing I did was to pick out a piece of wood, and then I covered it with some plastic wood, which is like a putty, to cover up all the cracks or any holes on the wood. I sanded down the wood, and then it was time to figure out what kind of shape Christmas tree I wanted. Because I was using a new technique for me, I decided not to go fancy with the tree, and I cut out a 40-inch tall by 16-inch wide Christmas tree. Next, I took out my jigsaw and cut out the Christmas tree. Here I smoothed out the rough edges with some sandpaper and got it ready for the next step, which was to put 2 coats of gesso on it. Once the gesso dried, which took several hours, this reindeer became very happy because it was time to pick the colors. I decided that I wanted to have all pearlized colors for this Christmas tree. I even used pearlized white as my base coat to look like snow. And here is the finished Christmas tree with the base. Now it was time to start the blobs. This first color that I'm putting down is pearlized vermilion. I also used pearlized crystal blue, pearlized violet, pearlized golden green, pearlized bright gold, and pearlized wine red. After searching for several recipes for this technique, the most famous and easiest one was 25% Liquitex varnish, 50% Mod Podge, and 25% paint. But I soon realized that the kind of paint that I was using was not as thick as the one for this recipe. So I went back to each color and made sure that they all had a thicker and same consistency. For example, for the pearlized golden green, I added some Liquitex light green permanent and got it to a thicker consistency, and that was all that it needed. For the pearlized bright gold, I added some Liquitex gold, and that did the trick. And for most of the other ones, I just added in some gloss gel and got it up to the same thickness, so all the paints had thick consistency for this blob technique. These first layer of blobs took over 24 hours to dry, so I'm going to speed up this video a little bit to finish this first set of blobs until we get to the second set. Here's a fun fact for you. Did you know that reindeer Donner original name was Donder? Here we are 24 hours later, and all of these blobs have dried perfectly. I am so happy. So we're going to take out our paints and start the second layer of blobs. Here we go. For this Christmas collaboration, we had several stipulations to go by. One of them was to share our favorite Christmas movie with you. My favorite was a 1965 animated television special. It was the first TV special based on a comic strip, Peanuts, by Charlie M. Schulz, titled A Charlie Brown Christmas. In the comments section below, Share with me what your favorite Christmas movie is. Here's another fun fact about the reindeer Donner. His original name, Donder, is Dutch, and it means thunder. We're reaching the end of our third layer of blobs. It will take another 24 hours for it to dry, and I just might put a fourth layer. Let's see. Here we are, day 4, and again, all the blobs dried perfectly. This is another happy reindeer. Now it's time to layer number 4. But when I was going to turn off the camera after placing blob number 4, I realized I never turned it on. So here are pictures of the Christmas tree with the 4th layer on most of the blobs. The smaller ones can only take maybe a third, and some smaller ones a second one. But they do look beautiful, don't they? So now we're going to say goodnight to this Christmas tree once again. Wait for 2 days before deciding if I am going to varnish or resin. Can you help me out? Tell me what you think. See you in 2 days. On day 6, I decided to use resin instead of varnish. So I went ahead and mixed 7 ounces of part A and 7 ounces of part B and put it into a squeeze bottle, which I felt was going to be easier for me to resin the blobs. So I added the resin directly to the blobs and not the bottom base of the Christmas tree. This way I was assuring myself that all the blobs were going to be covered, and then as I heated up the resin afterwards, it would spread throughout the rest of the Christmas tree. Did you know that all male and female reindeers grow antlers? So who's to know if all of the reindeers Santa Claus had were male, female, or a mix? What do you think? Tell me in the comments below. But as far as I'm concerned, Donder was a lightning of a female, and I stand by that. Another stipulation for this collaboration was to talk about the worst food we've ever had for Christmas and who gave it to us. Well, I come from a large family, 12 siblings on my mother's side and 9 on my father's side. For fun, one day my cousins and I tried to figure out how many first and second cousins we had, and we were at about 150 first, second, and third cousins. So Christmas parties were quite large, and it wasn't about the gifts. Actually, there were hardly any gifts around the tree. It was more about family and friends and getting together and food. Everybody would bring in different kinds of food, but there was always a whole pork being roasted in the ground or in la caja china, which is literally translated into the Chinese box. So I can safely say that the worst food I ever had was given to me by a member of my family, and it was the pig's tail. I can tell you I'd never had it ever again. As my part of this collaboration is coming to an end, I wanted to make sure to thank Donna from It's Art by Donna for including me in this amazing and magical collaboration. Thank you, Donna. Please visit her channel. I also wanted to thank Louise McKay for introducing me, and her channel is Louise McKay Art. Amazing artist. Visit her channel. And after me is Amy from Amy's Acrylic Artistry. Please make sure to watch her next. I have included her link and all the links of all the artists before and after me in the description below, and Amy's link can also be found in the title of this video. Here are some pictures that I took to show you how beautiful these blobs are. This is the blobs after resin and completely dried. Isn't this an amazing technique? This isn't the first time I ever used this technique, but it will not be the last time. I had a great time doing this project, and I hope you liked it too. Hey everyone, I just wanted to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. And for those of you who do not celebrate Christmas, have a blessed holiday season. Let's all head over to Amy's channel and see what she's up to. Merry Christmas everyone. Be safe.